Here at the studios of the Voice of HolmesCounty.com, we are pleased to have with us Tom Hammond, who is a lab support specialist at the University of Akron Wayne College. Tom is also intimately involved in an event that has really taken off there. It's called the Wayne County Mini Maker Faire. The first event was held last year in May. The second event is coming up, and it has been highly successful with a little something for everyone. Tom, thanks for coming in and tell us about it. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Let's kind of recap what it is, first of all, because this is kind of science fair, county fair, a little bit of everything, or anything could be seen here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a Maker Faire is a celebration of something called the Maker Movement. And Maker Fairs have been going on for about maybe 6 or 7 years. And the Maker Movement is basically art, ingenuity, inventiveness, creativity. Anything can go at a Maker Faire. And these fairs are all over the world. The largest one is in New York City. They have about 90,000 people over a 3 or 4 day period. And it's something like a science fair on steroids. People bring in anything they're passionate about, anything they can invent. You never know what you're going to see in a Maker Faire. And they're all over the world. There's many of these, and we're decided to offer the first one for our county, for Wayne County.
Give me some examples of what people will see there.
You can see absolutely anything. You can see 10-foot model rockets. You can see arts and crafts. You can see yarn spinning. You can see live animals. You can see sustainable energy on the farm, drones, pottery. Absolutely anything that people want to do. One time I went to a Maker Faire in Detroit with a couple of friends, and we saw a whole parking lot with bicycles that people invented. So if you sign a waiver that you won't get yourself hurt, you can ride these 10-foot bicycles or 6-person bicycles, or you can have a pancake machine that can make pancakes the shape of a Star Wars ship or something. It's just, you never know what you're going to find. Everything's original. Everything's artistic.
How did you decide to do this at the University of Akron Wayne College?
We have something at the college called a 3D lab, and it's called a makerspace, where the community comes together to let their ideas take form. We have 3D printers, laser cutters, and the whole makerspace concept is all over the country. A lot of schools have them, libraries have them, and in our community we also have one called the Chance Makerspace. So basically we work together with these other community type groups where people are creative, inventive, and we just thought this would be a great way for all these people to express themselves. Because a Maker Faire, people go to a Maker Faire to see wonderful things and unusual things, but Maker Fairs are really about community, where people come together. You might meet somebody that you may not have been into, like artistic, painting, or you could be into electronics, but you'll meet other people that you start making friends and you start building connections. And makerspaces are all about this, people connecting with each other.
Now, I know when you originally put this together, you were excited about the concept when you had the first one last year, but you had rather modest expectations for what you would get in terms of attendance and interest and so forth. Tell me what your expectation was, and then tell me what the reality was.
Well, last year this is the first time event for this area, and the thing about Maker Fairs is that no one's ever heard of these things, and they're all over the world. There's about 200 of these. So when we had our first one for Wayne County, we thought, well, we're rural, we're not Chicago or New York City or San Mateo, so we were expecting about 300 to 500 people to be considered a success. Mm-hmm. And we had almost 1,300 people show up. It was the largest event we had at Wayne College. So not just the community coming to see it because they were fascinated by it, but we had so much community support from this. We had over 70, almost 70 makers last year, different types of people setting up their exhibits and hands-on activities and everything. So it just really blew us away about how interested the community was with this. And also not just people attending, but a lot of financial support. So the Romick Foundation, really made this possible for us for these 2 years, and we're very thankful for that.
All right. Has that picked up? Has that part of it picked up with sponsorship and so forth? People looking at that and going, wow, this thing is maybe bigger than what I thought it would be?
Yeah, we've drawn a lot of attention and a lot of support. There's just a lot of financial support, a lot of people helping us promote the event. It's just been really phenomenal. So this year we're larger. We have well over 70 makers this year. And we're looking for another big fair this year, so it's just going to be a really exciting time.
This will be on Saturday, May 19th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. At the University of Akron Wayne College. Is there anything in terms of getting there, getting parked, that kind of thing that folks ought to know about?
Well, the event is from 10 to 3, like you said. It's best to get there, I would say, earlier in the day, but it's only a 5-hour event. So if you plan to be there and you think you're only going to be there for an hour, you might be surprised how long you stick around. I mean, there's a lot of hands-on interactive things, and it's things for all ages. So it's not just for kids. There's a lot of, one maker brings sustainable energy on the farm, solar power, exhibits and things like that. So there's just a lot of things for a lot of people, a lot of things to see. So you plan for a lot of time when you're there.
We talked about the rise in the crowd over what you expected, the rise in sponsorship between last year and this year. Tell me about the number of participants. Have you had more people interested in being an actual part of it this year after last year's success?
Oh, yeah. Last year, the makers were very appreciative. From our standpoint, from Wayne College, we're thankful that people want to participate, but really we got the feeling from all these makers that they were thankful that we let them participate, like that they could be a part of this event. So they're really proud to be with us and to do this, and we're really happy that they want to be part of the event too. So it's a two-way thing that we're doing here.
So whether you have a particular interest or whether you just love to watch other people at their best, which is kind of what this is, and they're most creative, this is a way you could spend the day and really be entertained, if nothing else.
Right. The whole Maker Faire is set up as a festival-type event. So we have music, we have food, we have all sorts of different attractions for people to make it like a festival environment. So it really is just a festival type thing, and it just has, if you don't come to ours, go to a Maker Faire somewhere else, like in Akron or Cleveland or Dayton. They're everywhere, and they're just a blast. You never know what you're going to find, and you will always be amazed at what you see.
Tom, is there anything I haven't asked you about it that folks need to know?
I don't think so. Just it's a free event, so it's so just come in and bring your family, drag in your friends, and be prepared to see amazing things, but more importantly, to make new friends, and that's what it's all about.
Price is Right. It's a great event. It was very popular in its first year. You can bet it'll be even more popular this year. Saturday, May 19th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That'll be at the University of Akron Wayne College, 1901 Smucker Road, Orrville. And again, get there early. You're probably going to be there all day or most of it because you'll see some very fascinating things. And Tom, we appreciate you coming in to tell us about it.
Thank you.
Tom Hammond, Lab Support Specialist at the University of Akron Wayne College, talking about this year's Wayne County Mini Maker Faire. And I'm Mark Lonsinger. This is the voice of Holmes Stay connected.